am so sorry if you can hear like a fan noise in the background. I will try to fix it in post, but it is so hot. I cannot film this without having fan on. Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. If you've been here before, thank you so much for returning. Welcome back. And if you are new, welcome. We do everything bookish related here. In today's video, we're going to be picking out my March TBR. Look, February's been a pretty awful month with reading for me. I just had a lot going on. Mentally, I wasn't doing too great, so reading kind of got put on the back burner a little bit. And as you can see, we're in a different location. I was like, we need a new background. Let's like film somewhere else, get something different. So we're in my bedroom. You guys are set up on my bed, which is risky, but let's get into picking my March TBR. For today's picking video, I have sort of, all the books are like a March theme. So what I did is I went onto Google and I said themes to choose books for March, and the little AI generated thing that comes up, I will put a little screenshot of what comes up, but it says March reading themes often center on the transition to spring, featuring themes of new beginnings, growth and nature. Obviously, like, I'm in the other side of the world, so that doesn't technically happen for me. However, I think of St. Patrick's Day, which is on that side, so that's why I've still followed this, alongside observances like Women's History Month and St. Patrick's Day. Going down, it says here are top themes for ideas for March. So Women's History Month, focus on women authors or stories with strong female protagonists, a popular choice for March. New beginnings and growth. As spring arrives, pick books about personal transformation, coming of age, or characters starting over. Luck of the Irish / green theme. So celebrate St. Patrick's Day by reading books by Irish authors, books set in Ireland, or simply books with green covers. And then we also have environmental and climate fiction, reflect on changing season with climate fiction or books set by the sea. Found family, like a book with found family tropes in it. So similar to the idea of new beginnings, explore stories where characters create their own support systems. And then the last one was middle grade / YA fantasy. March is a great time to pick up engaging fantasy or adventure stories. So with those, I went through my physical TBR and I picked out books that fit into those themes, and we're gonna have a random like number generator pick them up. Pick them out. I have them lined in like just from 1 to there. They don't have numbers on them, but what I'm going to do is, I think I have 10 books there. Yes, I've got 10 books there because we do have a lot of books that are coming out in March, which we're going to get to in just a second, of what I want to read. But I'm going to have Google just like pick me a random number between 1 and 10, and then I'm going to pick that book out, and that's going to be on the TBR. So first of all, let's go to my reading journal and I'll tell you what's coming out this month that I have my eye on. So there's 4 books that are coming out this month that I have my eye on. However, one of them I don't know if I am going to read because I have softly DNF'd the series for the time being. But the first one is In Her Own League by Liz Tomforde, which is a spin-off from the Windy City series. That comes out on the 3rd of March. Then this is the one that I'm not sure if I'm going to read. It's The Wings That Bind by Briar. It's the 3rd book in the Bloodwing Academy series. That comes out on the 10th of March. Then we have Wild Darling by Alexandra Moody, which is the 3rd book in the Darling Devils series. And then the last one, which I'm the most excited for, is What We Did to Survive by Megan Lally, which comes out on the 31st of March, so the very end of March. So to be honest, that'll probably go into April's reading anyway, but I am the most excited for that one. So those 4 books are already on my like TBR for March. Maybe not What We Did to Survive, that'll probably go into April, but April still has heaps in it anyway. So they're the ones that I've got my eye on. Now in my 26 books of 2026, I have What We Did to Survive, so that's already ticked off. I have put Eyes on Me on this potential to get for this month's reading. I have Katabisis by Kuang. I have A Heart So Green. They're all in there, so they're all possibles to get for my 26 books of 2026. The potentials that I have, I'm not going to pull them all off, but the potentials that we have over there: Katabisis by Kuang. We have Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh, because I would love to do a reread of that series. I loved it so much. Not the whole series. I would just love to reread Binding and Keeping 13 because that's my favorite duet, and I would love to reread those. And obviously it's set in Ireland. So picked Katabisis because it has a strong female protagonist in it, and it's also written by a female author. I picked Binding 13 because it is set in Ireland, so that fits into that. A Heart So Green because it's got green on the cover and also the word green in the title, so it fit into that little theme of picking. I picked The Shadow House by Anna Downs because again it's by a female author and also has a female protagonist. I wouldn't necessarily say strong female protagonist, but a female protagonist nonetheless. I also picked Final Girls by Riley Sager. Female, like it's a female protagonist. I wouldn't necessarily say that maybe it's a strong female lead, but it is a female lead. And then I also picked out Metal Slinger by Rachel Schnider because that is set in the sea or by the sea, so that fit for that little theme. I also picked out 8 Rules of Love by Shetty. The reason why I did that is because that is a personal growth book, so as you read that it's about personal growth, so I figured that fit for that as well. I also picked Heartstopper Volume 5 because that is very much like this particular one is about them and some new beginnings that are happening, so I picked that for that reason because the whole Heartstopper series has a lot of growth in it, and I also do want to read that before August this year, so I've been itching to read it. If I'm not gonna lie, I've been itching to read it. And then I also picked out Eyes on Me by Sara Cate because that is very, very green. The cover of it is very, very green. And then I also picked out Assistant to the Villain by Nicole Maehre, I think is how you say it, Maehre? Hanna Nicole Maehre, not Vera, Maehre, because that fit the like YA fantasy. They're all the ones that we have. All right, now I'm going to have Google give me a random number between 1 and 10. Okay, so we have our random number generator and I'm going to press generate and it gave me 5, I think. So we're gonna count from Katabisis in and book number 5 is gonna be that. That makes me excited. Final Girls by Riley Sager. I'm super excited for this. I got this on like a QBD sales thing. It was like buy one get one half price sort of thing. Oh no, it was just half price. They were half price books and I was like absolutely, and this sounds super interesting, and I've heard really great things about Riley Sager, and I think Riley Sager is like a Stephen King protege, which I thought was really, really interesting. So like it's even endorsed by Stephen King on the front. It says if you liked Gone Girl you'll like this, Stephen King. I will read you the back. It says, first there were 3. The media calls them the Final Girls, the infamous group of survivors that no one wants to be part of. Then there were 2. But when Lisa dies in mysterious circumstances, Sam shows up unannounced and angry. Can there only ever be one? All Quincy knows is one thing. She is next. So we have female leads in this obviously, and sorry about the beeping. This just sounds really interesting. Also, I love thrillers and horrors and I've heard really great things about Riley Sager. So that's book number 1. Okay, so I'm gonna click generate again and we got book 1, which is Katabisis. I'm really hoping they don't fall over. Don't fall. They're somewhat falling over, but they're falling over the other way, so they're not gonna fall off. So we have Katabisis by R.F. Kuang. I have been super interested to read this. It sounds super interesting. I love the like thought of like their travel into hell. That sounds really interesting. Also, it's a academia, dark academia. Love that as well. On the back it says, Alice Law, you naughty girl, you're trying to go to hell. But the synopsis is on the front here, so I'll read it to you. It says, grad student Alice Law has only ever had one goal, to become the brightest mind in the field of analytic magic. But the only person who can make her dream come true is dead and inconveniently in hell, and Alice, along with her biggest rival Peter Murdoch, is going after him. But hell is not as the philosophers claim. Its rules are upside down, and if she's going to get out of there alive, that's if they can agree on anything. Will they triumph or kill each other trying? So it sounds like she's going to be quite a strong, formidable FMC, and also this is written by a female author as well. So that works really, really well for that, or for March's themes. And also, because I have like 4, I'm only going to pick like 5 or 6. I'm not doing a lot because I already have those 4. So I'm going to pick 5 or 6. So let's go one more time. Well, not one more time. Let's go again. So 7. I'm going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, it was 8 Rules of Love by Shetty. So how to find it, keep it, and let it go. This is super interesting. I did start reading this. Actually, I think I have read it before. I've read about half of it at least, but this is super interesting. Self-help. This goes with my goals to broaden my genres this year. Like I said, I have read part of this, but I never finished it, and I did really find it interesting. This is actually endorsed by Jennifer Lopez. Super random. It says 8 Rules of Love guides you step by step on your quest for love as you build a foundation first with yourself, then with others, and finally the world. That's what Jennifer Lopez said, which is super interesting. But on the back of this, it says, the author of international bestseller Think Like a Monk offers a revelatory guide to every stage of romance, drawing on ancient wisdom and new science. Nobody sits down and teaches us how to love, so we're often thrown into relationships with nothing but romantic movies and pop culture to help us muddle through, until now. Instead of presenting love as an ethereal concept or collection of cliches, Shetty lays out specific actionable steps to help you develop the skills to practice and nurture love better than ever before. He shares insights on how to win or lose together, how to define love, and why you don't break in a breakup. Inspired by Vedic wisdom and modern science, he tackles the entire relationship cycle, from first dates to moving in together to breaking up and starting over. And he shows us how to avoid falling for false promises and unfulfilling partners. By living J. Shetty's 8 rules, we can all love ourselves, our partner, and the world better than we ever thought possible. So like, it's super interesting. I do remember reading the start of it, and like the first thing he says is like, you have to learn to love yourself and be comfortable being on your own before you can like be with someone else and love someone else. So like, if I read you the contents, it says part 1, solitude. Rule 1, let yourself be alone. Rule 2, don't ignore your karma. And then it has like some activities to do as well. And then part 2 is compatibility. So rule 3, define love before you think it, feel it, or say it. Your partner is your guru. And then rule 5, purpose comes first. And then again, you have like some tasks to do as well. And then part 3, healing. Rule 6, win or lose together. Rule 7, you don't break in a breakup. And then again, some more activities to do. And then part 4 is connection. Rule 8, love again and again. So super interesting. The activities for the last rule is a love letter to the world and meditation to connect. So it is super interesting. I love stuff like this. I don't read them very often, but again, this year I would love to be broadening my genres and horizons with books. So that is that one, book number 7, book 3. Well, yeah, book number 7 in the lineup, but book number 3. I actually think I'm going to come and stack them up here. So you guys won't be able to see it, but how I've done it is the books that are on my TBR, I have the pages facing out to me, so the spines I can see, and I obviously count them. So that way I can just count them, what makes it easier for me in my brain. Okay, so we're gonna generate again. 9. Oh, Eyes on Me. Eyes on Me by Sara, Cate. I am super excited for this. Obviously you can see it's very green, so it fits for March with St. Patrick's Day and all that. I think this is book 2 in the Slacious Players Club. I'm gonna just lean on him because it's comfortable. It's a series of interconnected standalones following all the different owners of this particular club, which is the Slacious Players Club. So I'll read you the back. He's a voyeur, he likes to watch. In Garrett Porter's line of work, that's a gift. As one of the owners of the Salacious Players Club, he's comfortable on the sidelines and has always felt that he works best alone, until he stumbles on a cam girl and finds himself watching the one person he should stay far away from, his stepsister, Maehre Harris. There are 3 big problems with this. 1, Maehre and Garrett can't stand each other. 2, she has no idea he's the man on the other end of the video. 3, he's hooked on the app and on her. Now Maehre has awakened something in Garrett. She has him wanting and doing things he said he'd never do again, like opening up and getting attached. He's falling for her, but she's falling for the man he's only pretending to be. If he's going to make this right, he has to do more than just watch, which, yes, a little bit taboo being a stepsister, but they're not actually blood related, like that's fine. Let's generate again. We already got 5. 4, Anna Downs. It's another mystery thriller. So we got The Shadow House by Anna Downs. This is something that I have been very excited to read. I love Anna Downs' writing. I have only read 1 book by her, but the book that I did read was absolutely amazing. I know you guys can't really see the title from there because it's yeah, it blends in. It's almost like clear but shiny. Anyway, I'll read you the back. When single mother Alex flees her abusive relationship and moves with her teenage son and baby girl to a rural eco-village, she thinks she's made the best decision of her life. Pine Ridge is idyllic. The off-grid lifestyle and remote location are perfect, and the community is welcoming, mostly. Charmed by its magnetic founder, Kit, and the natural beauty of the former farmland, Alex settles easily into her new home. But her arrival at Pine Ridge disturbs barely submerged secrets, and she's shaken by a series of eerily familiar events that seem to be connected to the abandoned farmhouse on the hill. Alex realizes that in escaping her own shadowy past, she may have stumbled into someone else's, and this time there may be nowhere to run. Sounds so interesting. So I'm very, very, very excited for this one. That's why it's on my 26 books of 2026. Okay, so we currently have 5. I know I said I wasn't going to do 5. I've got 4. Let's do 1 more. There's 2 that I really, really want, and it's Heartstopper and Binding 13. I know that sounds really bad. So I want 2 or 8. We're going to generate again. I'm not looking at it. What did I get? You guys can look first. 6. Well, that's not what I wanted. That's Metal Slinger. I didn't really want Metal Slinger. Anyway, we'll go with it anyway. I'll probably just end up reading Heartstopper today, to be fair. The 6th book that we picked was Metal Slinger by Rachel Schnider. So this was set by the sea, on the sea, that sort of thing. Kind of gives me, like, when I read part of the back, it kind of gives me like a pirate sort of thing. It's not, but gives me that vibe. So I'll read you the back. It says, 1 boat, 1 bed, 1 jaw-dropping plot twist. Even though she's not one of them, Bryn has spent her life among the Alaha a community exiled to live at sea, training to be a guard and waiting for the chance to attend the annual market hosted by the Kenta, the very same people who exiled her adopted community. Going to the market is a rite of passage eagerly anticipated by all young guards, but Bryn does not anticipate breaking a century-long peace treaty while there, or for an intense encounter with an enemy soldier to threaten the fragile peace between their people and everything Bryn once believed to be true. Soon, Bryn's loyalty to the Alahar is tested when an unexpected visitor tracks her down, none other than said enemy soldier sworn under oath to awaken Bryn to her true identity. Sent to sea and feeling more alone than ever, there a world of denied magic is unveiled. With rumors of growing rebellion, Bryn's future has never looked so unsure. She was once certain of her fate and where she belonged, but the dark, knowing eyes of this stranger have her questioning everything, including her heart. So it sounds very interesting. I've obviously heard lots of things about this book, and there's a lot of controversy over this like big plot twist, so I am interested for this book as well. Let's do a quick rapid fire. I know this one was very quick. Okay, so again, just to recap the ones that are coming out this year that are like firmly on my TBR for this month is In Her Own League by Liz Tomforde, Wild Darling by Alexandra Moody, and honestly what we did to survive is probably going to be in April anyway, so that's fine, and The Wings That Bind. So they're the four that are coming out this month that I'm super interested in. So we picked Final Girls by Riley Sager. I love thriller horror. I've really gotten into that, and that, like I said, I've heard really great things about this author specifically, and I didn't actually realize until I was talking to Bestie about this that Riley Sager is, you know, Stephen King's protege. Apparently he like found them from like some short story and like took them under their wing, or it was like some competition or something that Riley Sager won, and yeah, like was like his protege. Katabisis, Kuang. Since reading For Whom the Bell Tolls, this is like, it's very much grabbed my attention for anything that has a depiction of hell or anything like that. It's just made me incredibly intrigued, so that's this one, and like I said, super excited for that one. And then 8 Rules of Love by Shetty. It's just something that like when I'm not in a huge mood to really read like a fantasy and keep so switched on, I can read this. It can be like, you know, my little like read 10-15 pages before I go to bed sort of thing. That's what this book will be. Again, just something to sort of like broaden my genres, broaden my horizons, self-growth, self-love, those sorts of things, which we all love and need in our life. Then we got Eyes on Me by Sara, Cate. Again, super excited for this book. I love this. Just, yeah, love this author, love this series. So excited to continue on with this series because I haven't continued on with this series yet. I've literally only read praise, so I need to continue on with this series. Then we got Shadow House by Anna Downs, Aussie author, love her, great author. So excited for this one as well. Then we picked Metal Slinger by Schnider. This is just one that I'm very interested and want to form my own opinion because I've heard all the controversy on TikTok about this book specifically. So I just want to like form my own opinion and see what the hype is about, if that makes sense. So that's that one. I am kind of upset. The 3 books that I really wanted to read this month was Binding 13, Heartstopper, and Assistant to the Villain, and I didn't get any of those. So we'll see. I might end up reading them before the end of the month, like this month. We'll see. So, I mean, I've not read anything this month really. I think I've read 1 book. 2 books. I've read 2 books this month and that's it. And one of them is really good too, mind you, but you'll see that in the next video. That is it for today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy and like this different sort of setup. If you do, for these sort of like chill chat videos, let me know and I can definitely film in here a little bit more. But if you did enjoy the video, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. I also do want to mention, because Book Bestie was saying that like he never gets notified for my videos. I said that's because when you do turn on the notification bell, you actually have to like change it to get notified for all of the videos, not just personalized. And he was like, oh, that makes sense because I never get notified for your videos. I was like, yeah, because you don't watch bookish content apart from mine. I was like, so you need to have it for all. And he was like, ah, makes sense. So make sure you do that if you do turn on the notification bell, so you get all of my videos every time I post, not just the ones that YouTube deems that you want to watch. If you don't already follow me on TikTok and Instagram, make sure you head over there and follow me over there. I am restarting 75 Booked and on the 1st of March, so when you guys are seeing this is when I'm going to start posting them again and doing them again. I'm going to start doing them again this week, so I'll be a week in advance, but I'm going to start posting them from the 1st of March because I need to do 75 days of it, and I was getting so confused with days because of the dates. So anywho, make sure you follow me over there. I do post them on YouTube Shorts too, but I just feel like TikTok and Instagram sort of push them out more. So definitely head over there and look at them over there. If you want any annotated books by me, head over to Commentary Corner on Etsy. It's always linked on the screen and in the description box below as well. I have a huge variety of books I need to add to it as well. I also have my reading journal for sale over there as well. I think that's it. Is that it? On a random side note, guys, I am starting I want to say a new business venture in March, so this month. I am going to be running my own dance classes, so if you guys want to see anything about that and like how I manage that and what I do and what it looks like for me to choreograph and stuff, let me know, because I can definitely like do a couple of videos like that and just like show you what it's like for me in that and what that creative process looks like. So let me know if you do want to see that and you know what those classes look like. You can always follow my dancer Instagram as well. I'll link that today for you guys. I won't always put that in because it's not relevant to this, but you can always follow my dancer page on Instagram as well if you guys want to see that sort of stuff. But yeah, that's it from me today. I will see you guys in my next video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Mwah.